Okay, but spiritually, can we just admit that the holidays are a growth portal?
Like, how can I stay spiritually centered when my family asks why I'm still single?
Exactly. I'm Corbin Chase, a professional intuitive and mom of 2 toddlers who's dedicated to living a holistic life.
And I'm Lindsay Fisher, your newly spiritual, curious, in-process mirror working in the corporate world.
Welcome to Okay, but spiritually. Wow, here we go.
We're doing it.
I know.
I love it.
I'm so excited, and I just wanted to have a warm welcome for everybody listening. Thank you for being here with me and Lindsay. If you've been following along to me on my Instagram or my season 1, you know enough about me. So I wanted to spend some time to focus on Lindsay.
Ooh.
This is my first time having a dedicated co-host like this, and we're really excited to put together this holiday companion series. Lindsay.
Here I am.
I've known you for a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
I know. Time flies.
It sure does.
So how we met. Lindsay was friends with my best friend. Mm-hmm. And Jane is my friend. She told you about me. Mm-hmm. You booked a session. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing sessions ever since.
Yes.
And Lindsay's just amazing. I mean, to the point where I asked her to do a podcast with me. She has developed, just like tremendously within herself and spiritually and within her community.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I was wondering if you wanted to talk about your gifts, your journey.
Yes. How much time you got? I'm just kidding.
All day.
Yeah, so I met you through Jane, and the timing of it was just so perfect because I think about a month before I had been asking the universe, I really want a mentor. I really want someone I can talk to because I had been through a really bad breakup, which was kind of the caveat for my spiritual awakening. I think that's really what it was. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of different things that kind of crack people wide open into their spiritual awakening. Mine was a bad breakup. Sometimes it can be death of a close person to you. It can be moving, injury, all kinds of things, all kinds of catalysts. But I had been really wanting to learn about spirituality. I put myself through what I call YouTube University after that breakup, trying to understand myself, trying to really break everything down because it had not been working. I'll tell you what, I was not happy in my mind, right? So I knew I didn't want to live that way anymore. And I really wanted to change from the inside out. And I had been on that journey about a year, kind of learning about, my personality type, anxious attachment, all the psychology things. And I felt like I had a good grasp on that. But I had been figuring out there's more. There's so much more out there beyond psychology. And that led me to questions about spirituality, our guides, the universe, why we're here. And I said, I need somebody to help me figure this out because I know I don't know enough. And then, boop, you plopped into my life. And you really, really helped me work through some of those other deep-rooted issues that I felt were more spiritual in nature that I needed to help clear out. And then you really also scared the crap out of me when you told me that you have spiritual gifts. And I was like, great. Tell me more. So I embraced it because I do feel like it is a blessing to be able to have this as a gift. And I'm on the journey, and I've been through all different kinds of training. I actually did training to be a Reiki master. Mm-hmm. So learning about energy, learning about what it means to have psychic gifts, how that manifests in your everyday, and what the heck you're supposed to do about it when you have these gifts.
Yeah.
And also how to be a regular human and still consider yourself highly spiritual and not feel like you're, needing to eat granola in the woods.
Yeah.
And still maintain a 9-to-5 job and try and figure out, okay, where is my path leading forward? So
yeah,
here we are.
And you've done a really beautiful job of like integrating the spiritual truth that we've been uncovering together into your everyday life in corporate America, into your relationships, your family. I mean, really, like truly, wholesomely, all of it.
And life has gotten better, let me tell you. It just feels easier, and the low points, not that they've gone away, Lord knows, they're still here, but it's a lot easier to navigate through them, and I just have a much different perspective. And they're fewer and far further between, I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better right up here. All my thoughts are easier, more pleasant, and I see the world differently. So I'm really passionate about sharing that, talking to other people about that, explaining all the understandings that I have about spirituality, what it means, how we can incorporate that into our lives, and using my gifts.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I'm so grateful. I'm so excited too. And you know, my experience of working with Lindsay around the time that I had done a whole like chunk of my spiritual work to the point where I was ready to start having clients and open my business. I needed clients, and like it was a divine pairing because one of those first clients was Lindsay. And this girl, everything that I go through in my life, a few months later, she comes up and she's like, oh my gosh, I have this thing. And I was like, in my back of my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just went through this thing.
Yes.
And so that's kind of how it rolls.
I feel that way. Every time I bring something up, you're like, yeah, I've been through that.
Yeah. But I think that's important to call out about how I mentor people is I think that there are a lot of spiritual, like air quote, teachers out there who just have a lot to say that don't have the experience to back it up.
Right.
So it's really important to me that if I'm going to be preaching something, I have to have lived it. That's where like it all comes from.
Yes.
And I think you and other clients like know that and appreciate that.
For sure.
Can I ask about your relationship with God?
You may. I would say that I have a great relationship with God. So I grew up Presbyterian, going to church every Sunday. It was a smaller congregation. I feel like overall on the broad spectrum of religion, I was on the lighter side of it. I don't go to church regularly anymore, but I do consider my spiritual relationship a part of a religious experience. So to me, God, the idea of it and that word, that term, has opened up to be a more universal concept for the creator energy that made us all, made everything, and is just pure love. So I talk to God. Sometimes I don't call him God. Sometimes I call it the universe. But I do see all of that as one.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I wanted to ask because you'll be hearing the terms God and universe throughout the podcast. And I just want to clarify right off the bat that we're not talking about religion necessarily.
Right.
Just for those listening who are like, oh, well, I'm not religious, but I'm exploring spirituality. That's okay. And that's welcome. I also have a relationship with God that's more new, actually. And I've only just started to become comfortable with the term God because I had some like real ick about it from my childhood.
Well, it has a strong religious connotation.
It does. Yeah. And some like those negative experiences were heavy, but I reached a point in my like spiritual training where I eventually just like hit a wall with all the spiritual stuff and the spiritual tools. And then it's like there was a begging for something more. And then I was like, oh, okay, I need a relationship with God, which should be the foundation, like for the intention that I hold for all of the spiritual work that I do in terms of my integrity and my ethics. So we will be talking about that. We will be exploring where God fits into the picture, as well as where the spiritual tools play, and what that looks like consciously, like really educating ourselves about the spiritual tools, which ones have like the hidden low frequencies in them and which ones are like clean and clear.
Yes.
How to be clean and clear yourself. And I appreciate that Lindsay and I both have our own very different relationships with God, our own pathways into spirituality that we can weave throughout.
Well, I have a question for you before
Yeah.
you go. What does consciousness mean to you?
So being conscious, the way I see it, I actually have a visual for it in my head.
Okay.
So having like low consciousness means like, so you're looking at like a situation and you're looking at it through like a tiny little hole.
Okay.
And like, that's it. It's just an isolated thing.
All right.
When you have a bigger consciousness about something, it's a greater awareness about putting all of the pieces together of everything that it touches. So when I'm looking at like this podcast, for example, I'm not seeing like just our podcast. I'm like working with God to see like the big picture of it all and what is the intention behind it and who could this potentially help and support. And you can apply that to anything. So when we want to be like very conscious about something, we want to think about all of the parts holistically. Does that make sense?
It does. I always hear that word. I heard that word a lot on this spiritual journey. There's a lot of buzzwords in spirituality.
So many.
Yeah. And I do think they are all each important. And when you can kind of get to the root of what they're meant to display, then you have a better understanding. But sometimes when you're first starting out, you hear things and you're like, conscious. What does that mean?
Yeah. It's abstract. Super abstract.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, the way I kind of look at it is, you know, what you said, but also when you are aware, you're doing something consciously with intention.
Yes.
You have your eyes wide open and you understand, okay, this has meaning behind it and this is connected me to higher power, to energy, all of it. Conscious awareness, consciousness.
Yeah. I think that's a really good way to put it.
Cool.
Like a hot topic right now is, does AI have consciousness?
Yeah.
And so this is another way to like kind of conceptualize it, like metabolize like how vast this concept is AI does have consciousness, but its consciousness is limited to what we've put on the internet. Now we are like infinite spiritual beings.
Right.
We literally have like a visa from heaven. Like we have access to infinity. So our consciousness can be infinite.
Right.
So like small consciousness is kind of like AI, although, you know,
it can grow as we feed it.
It can grow. That's right. But like our true nature is that we can have really high consciousness and there's like no limit.
Yeah. Which is so cool when you start tapping into that.
Gosh, I know,
How
right?
did I know that? That's
Yeah.
your powers, your psychicness. Yeah.
So for those of you listening who are, I would assume you are at very least spiritually curious.
Yep.
Maybe this year you've been working on yourself spiritually. Probably been behind the scenes. Maybe just like me, myself, and I kind of thing. Maybe just like you and God. And you've developed in ways that maybe your family members that you're going to see over the holiday season and Thanksgiving aren't aware of.
Yes.
And going to see family is like super triggering sometimes.
It can bring out the things, all the emotions.
Yes.
Yes.
And I feel like family tends to like, I mean, I think we've all done it where like you see someone, you have a picture of them and you kind of box them into that picture.
Yeah.
And you're over here being like, but I've done all this growing. But, like maybe I'm not necessarily supposed to like flaunt, but how do I hold my integrity with what I've learned? And then also like share that and bring that to the table with my family this year in a like a loving, subtle, creative, fun, impactful way.
Yeah. You want to live your truth, and your truth maybe has changed since the last time they saw you last year.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
how do you still show up and feel confident about what you're doing and let them in on it without completely shocking them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So hence this episode of like, how do we then spiritually disrupt Thanksgiving? And kind of a play on words. I mean, you work in corporate America. So like, you know, disrupt is like the lingo, or at least was it 2 years ago when I was still there. So we want to show up being our full selves, not be triggered, but also like share the spirituality that we've gained and been enlightened to with our family. And so we have a list that we're going to go through that's fun, but also serious. All right, number 1, simple, very simple. Usually when you walk into the room and you greet people, you're like, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
Yep.
And people are like, fine, it's all right. Like, yeah, pretty good. How are you?
Easy standard.
Yeah, easy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you could tweak the lingo and say, what's good? Just automatically
Change
prompting.
something up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like holding the container for someone to say, it's like they do a quick evaluation for what's good in their life, which for a lot of people,
makes them think.
I truly think most of like America doesn't really think that way.
Yes, I agree. And that's, so I think when you become more spiritual, your overall energy changes, and it changes more towards lighter, higher vibration. And that is more on the good side of things. So just by you leading with having people think about good is just showing a change in you. And you can really inspire people to think differently. And then that changes the whole vibe of the room, the get together, the afternoon, all of it.
Yeah. And it's so simple. And it like sets the tone for like how you want people to discuss things with you. Yeah. It's like, you can, like, first you can feel this energetically.
Yeah.
If you've like played around with energetics, you can feel when someone walks in a room and they're like in a really like a good mood.
Yes.
But it's the same when someone walks in a room and they're in a bad mood.
When you start to pay attention to the way people communicate and bond, you will see when people go up to you and they say, did you hear about that horrible thing that happened? And you're like, yeah, but I don't want to talk about it because it's kind of horrible, And they're trying to bond, right? They're trying to start a conversation. But if you start taking inventory and really paying attention to how people try to form those bonds, you will be surprised where that sense of community they're trying to foster is on a topic that's not actually that high vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So if you are the one that knows, okay, I like to stay up here, then you can ask the good and redirect.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm walking in the room and I'm saying, hi, I'm Corbin. I'm positive.
Yeah.
Like, so people like keep mental notes of like, that's a positive person. When I need to pick me up, I'm going to go there. And then they'll leave being like, gosh, what are they drinking to make them so positive? And they might ask you, and there's your opportunity. Yeah. Oh, I've actually recently reinstated my relationship with God.
Yeah. Becoming more spiritual.
Yeah. Okay. 2, if you are part of a family that doesn't pause for a prayer, or like it doesn't have to be called that. It can be called like a moment of gratitude or something, or like a holding hands and a moment before you eat. You could be the one to pause and like disrupt the flow and say, I'd like to do that. And it's not like anyone's going to say no. It's Thanksgiving,
It's Thanksgiving, yes. My family, we have a pretty big group at some of these holiday gatherings. And sometimes we'll actually sing a hymn as the blessing instead. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. If you don't feel comfortable making a big speech as a prayer and your family is inclined, sing the doxology or, whatever hymn that you feel is appropriate. And that can be just as cool of a blessing.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember how that goes.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. That might be the Gloria Patria, but
I love it. Lindsay, maybe you could post some like songs to your Instagram that people could download and like print out and share.
Okay. I will.
Okay. Number 3. Y'all, no gossiping and no judgment. So in the Bible, they're both considered a sin and not a small one. It's grouped with things like deceit and destruction. In Romans 1:29, Paul literally lists gossip alongside envy, murder, and malice. And in Matthew 7:1, he says, do not judge or you too will be judged. And pretty much this means like, don't play God. Like that's way above our spiritual pay grade.
Yes. Gossip is, again, one of those things that people use as a bonding tool. You have the power in every conversation to change the tone and redirect it if you want.
Yeah.
So gossip is, gossip, it can be fun, right? But the more I've paid attention to it, I know when people are trying to use it as a tool to engage. And there's so many other ways to do that that feel better.
Yeah. You can read it subtly. And like sometimes you can have a little like they're nervous and that's what they think of. But that's like our time to shine as like the one who is conscious enough to see the bigger picture and redirect the conversation. I thought it might be helpful. I made a list of what God considers gossip. Just I had never heard it before.
Yeah.
And I thought it was helpful for me.
Let's
so I would read it. Okay. It's 5 things. So the first one is, so what God considers gossip. 1, talking about someone without them present. That's a pretty strict boundary right there.
Yeah.
I
Pretty clear.
still catch myself on that
Yep.
a lot. 2, sharing information that isn't yours to share.
I hadn't thought of that as gossip, but yeah. It is.
3, venting to people who can't solve the problem.
Oh.
That's a thinker.
Yeah.
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 4, adding drama or speculation. And 5, just keeping it real when it's really judgment. Yeah.
That's
you
a tough
can't
one.
disguise it.
No.
No. When I catch myself judging someone, my response, like I try to alter my mindset quickly, and then I try to alter my mindset to like view through the eyes of compassion and acceptance of that person. And then what I say to them is, thank you for sharing your truth with me. That's what I say.
Yeah. When I catch myself, I try and recognize that it means that there's something in me around that particular topic that I have unresolved.
Yeah, true.
And if I can catch myself there, then usually I can close my mouth.
Yeah. And then you like have like a to-do list of like, oh, I got to work on that later.
Yeah, I got some thinking on that one to do.
Yeah. All right. Number 4. Compliment someone's presence, not their appearance. And like, so I became a stickler about this ever since I had children.
Okay.
Like when I was pregnant, I was like, do not comment on my child's appearance. You can say they are smart. You can say they are kind. You can say they're funny. But don't say they're cute or pretty or whatever.
Okay.
But that should be applied to like humans. I mean, to humans.
Adults?
That should be applied to adults too.
Yeah.
Like, you feel really grounded today. That's such a nice thing. Like if someone said that to me, I'd be like,
I know.
thank you so much.
Yeah, or like, you're just glowing.
Yeah.
You have a really great energy about you right now.
Oh.
I really enjoy just being around you right now.
I feel kind of giddy just hearing you like, say those things out loud.
If someone did that to me, I would be thinking about that the rest of the afternoon.
I know.
Glowing, glowing, glowing.
Yeah. Okay, this one's fun. Number 5. Anytime you exit a room or walk away from someone, and not like everyone, but like people you're close with.
Gotcha.
And you can like have your kids do this too.
Okay.
So stop a few feet away from them, turn around, and wink.
Oh.
And keep going, or blow a kiss.
That is so
And keep going.
powerful.
It's just silly. If you do it with someone you don't really know, it might be a little weird. But if it's like a family member that you like, a brother or sister you haven't seen in a while, and you're just trying to like invite some like silliness back in.
Wink is such an underrated gesture. When you pull off a good wink, oh, there's nothing better.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And what's spiritual about it is that it's like reactivating the inner child.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Playful, fun. We all need more of that.
Yeah. That one was inspired by my daughter who's 5. And she just like randomly started leaving the room winking at my partner,
So
Alex. And then Alex like responds by looking like he just got like a bullet of love like in his chest. It's just so cute.
It's the perfect response.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, only family and like closeness
Playful.
would foster something like that. So, okay, number 6, super simple. Put a sprig of rosemary on each plate. That is like in the Bible, it's an herb of remembrance.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's simple. It's not expensive. And if you do it with intention, that like kind of brings an elevation.
Easy disruption.
Yeah.
People say, what is this grass? And you say, it's just some rosemary. Enjoy it.
Yeah. You can explain.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever heard of a simmer pot?
No.
Okay, this is also so simple. You pick a pot, put it on the stove with water, and then you put things like the aromas of Christmas. So like clove, juniper, rosemary, orange peels.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, like cinnamon sticks.
Okay.
Just in there, and you just leave it on like a low boil.
Okay.
And it makes the whole house smell so good.
I want to do that right now.
The witchier folk use simmer pots with intention to like, cast a spell, but you could say like everywhere that this aroma reaches, the intention is that it provides like peace and love.
Beautiful.
The way to work with the metaphysical is with intention. So
Yes.
yeah.
I'm learning that.
Number 8. So, and let me know if you would try this or you think this would be silly.
Okay.
So number 8 is challenge your whole family to walk slower than usual. Because it changes the pace of the house. And like my family, everyone's like running around, busy.
Okay.
And when you're like that, you're not connected in. You know what I mean by that?
Right.
And I think my family would, if I were to introduce it to my family, they would like crack up and make a joke out of it, which would like be fun. But I think it's like secretly pretty impactful. Yeah.
That is
like,
so
try it on.
So true. The holidays are so busy. We have so much to do. It's a beautiful disruption.
I'd love to see both myself and my mom do that, because I know that when I'm hosting and like with the kids, like it's just like I go on autopilot and like there's a bit of like a sprinkle of performance in there.
Yeah.
And I also think it would just be hilarious to see my whole family just walking slowly around the house. Number 9. No matter what, don't ever show up empty-handed. I don't care who you are. Don't do it.
It's an energy exchange, and it's just such a beautiful thing to bring something to contribute, and your host is always going to appreciate the gesture.
This is how like big feasts were originally designed to be. And it talks about this in the Bible of like when you get together and eat in community, everyone brings
Shares.
something. Yeah, like, and
The responsibility of
yeah.
And
like the way that feasts used to happen was like after the harvest, everyone would be harvesting different things, and you'd be baking every single thing from scratch. Like most people, I'd argue that 99% of Americans couldn't make something from scratch because we buy things from the store.
Right.
So the traditional way is that, well, if someone's going to make butter from scratch, they bring butter for everyone. And that is how a feast is created, is everyone's hard work and love and passion goes into one thing and everyone shares something.
Yep.
And so, obviously we need to modernize it a little. But a way to do that is to, I don't care if like you're going to your parents, you still bring something. Bonus points, make it local. And then you can talk about it when you get there.
There you go.
Number 10. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
Okay.
I think that the art of humility is lost. And I think that there's so much beauty in humility. So how is this something that can like disrupt Thanksgiving? I think if like you yourself, like as you listening, if you embrace the certainty that you will never know it all and confidently show up anyway, like that's a big thing. That's an inspiring way to show up. You can be more authentic. Humility, like showing humility openly, opens people's heart and makes them see you more, which brings more closeness in that relationship. But I think it is an art.
Everybody that cooks for anybody else is putting themselves out there, being very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think it's so beautiful to do that, because you have to be humble, because like it might not be good.
Yeah.
You might burn something. And that in itself is an act of vulnerability and humility, saying, I'm doing this for you, whether it's good or not. Yeah. I'm making myself humble to present this food for you and I hope you like it. I made a lasagna one time and I tried to use the no-bake noodles. They just turned into mush. Oh, no. And I served it and I was like, this is lasagna dip. It's not it's not lasagna anymore. And I had to just sit there like, sorry guys.
That's so funny.
You gotta humble yourself sometimes. I tried.
Sure do. And like what you can bet on is that if you're not humble, like life will find a way. So you might as well just get ahead of it and say, I'm willing. I think actually the next two can go hand in hand is challenge your whole family to both not wear makeup and or wear only secondhand clothing to Thanksgiving.
I love the second one. The first one scares me. But I do understand that it's, again, going back to that, just come as you are.
Yeah.
You don't need to put on airs. You know, some people really enjoy it, but some people it feels more stressful, right?
Yeah.
So if your family would really appreciate a pajama party Thanksgiving, do it.
Oh my gosh, matching pajamas.
Ooh.
Oh wait, can I just say I didn't put this on the list because the list was getting too long, but it's like begging for it now. So like one of the fun things that I do is every year I buy a set of matching pajamas for my whole family.
Love that.
And no one knows what they are besides me.
Okay.
And I put like my daughters in one room, my partner's in another room, and and I'm like, there's clothing in all the rooms. Go in and close the door and put them on and don't come out until we say go. And then everyone comes out and it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Their theme party, my sister in Denver, they have the coolest thing. I don't know what it is about Denver. If they're just like a couple levels cooler than like everyone else over here, but like they have the coolest theme parties. You might as well extend it into Thanksgiving and make it conscious and spiritual.
That's true.
Next one, sit up straight. Why? Because
Let me check
posture
myself right now.
I know, it's like as soon as someone says it, you can't help it. Posture alters your energy. It's like your spine is your energetic architecture.
Okay.
It's like your central pole of life force. And it's your vertical connection to source. So bad posture can equal blocked energy, while aligned posture opens your channels, because remember, all of our chakras are aligned to our spine.
That's so cool.
So if the spine like collapses and curves unnaturally, because we're not like meant to slouch,
Right.
or like tightens even, because that's actually what's happening is we're tightening everything in there. The chakras then compress. Your breath tends to shorten. Your circulation drops. Your intuition dims, your emotional energy gets stuck, and you can literally feel less like yourself when all of that happens.
Just
like
crunched and wrinkled.
Yeah. Yeah. So your breath plus your posture equals the voltage that you run.
That would also be a very good compliment to give someone.
It
You
would
have
be
really good posture.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Start practicing now. So posture is a spiritual practice. It's not for how like we look or to be proper.
Yeah.
Like it was a couple like decades ago. It's not fitness. It's not like be confident. That's like some of the modern spirituality. It's energetic, emotional, ancestral, vibrational.
And when you set the intention, all right, I'm realigning my posture now to realign with my source.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
That's right. And you can play around with it. Like when I sit up, do I feel like someone, I was getting my hair blown out recently, like for this podcast. And I was like, I just want a lot of volume. And she was like, you know what they say, or wait, what is it? The higher the hair, the closer to God.
Yeah. Amen.
The last one on my list is making bread. Spikes 2020. We are now on that train. Sourdough, everything, you name it. We love it.
It got me. Yeah.
And
it got me recently.
You. I know. I'll have to share your story.
I'm a believer.
Amen. Yeah. Like the thing about a loaf of bread is that it's super spiritual and it's all over the Bible.
Yes.
It represents provision and unity. And there are stories about God providing bread being an act of miracle and abundance. And there is just something so wholesome and beautiful about seeing a warm homemade loaf of bread on the table.
Yes.
Like as a decoration even.
Yes.
Didn't you recently do a sourdough class or something
I
like that?
did. I have been on a journey to really challenge myself to think about what I'm eating. Is it chemicals or is it from the earth?
Yes.
Do I know what the ingredients are? Can I pronounce them? And
Right.
a lot of the bread, I got really annoyed when I had this loaf of bread and I went out of town, something came back, and there was no mold on the bread. The bread was fine.
Ew.
And I looked at it and I thought, bread isn't supposed to last for 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
What is in this bread?
6 weeks?
Yeah, it was
Ugh.
crazy. And I thought, I don't want to eat that. If it's doing that to the bread, what's it doing to me? So I mulled that over for a while. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a sourdough bread making class. It feels really good to make something and then eat it. Oh, goodness gracious.
It changes. Like, eating is so spiritual. Our 4th episode is about eating food,
Yes,
alcohol.
it is.
And this tees us up so well. I'm so excited for that episode.
We are going to get into all the things.
So what's our ask of everyone listening?
Our ask is to disrupt Thanksgiving by being more aware of your own conscious spiritual self.
And oh my gosh, to think that there are like really people out there just raw dogging life with no prayer, no tools, no astrology, no energetic awareness. Like, what?
I feel like I was doing that. And I just got to a point where I said, this isn't how it's meant to be. I just know deep down I'm not supposed to be this unhappy. My head, the thoughts in my head are not supposed to be making me miserable.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be like that.
So this teases up for our next episode number 2. We talk about your holistic gift guide. Well, thank you so much for listening. Visit my Instagram at wholewithcorbin and visit Lindsay at her Instagram too.
Simple_spirituality_.